Alright, we are back. We are back. Let's see, where... Where are we? Alright, looks like we... what is this, Auction? No, this is Novigrad. We're in Novigrad! Wee wee! What's our inventory looking like? I don't actually remember my stats on this right now. So let's get reacquainted with where our progress was, where we were currently located. Alright, there we go. Everything is right. I don't actually remember what I was doing though. Yes, this quest. Begelberg's residence. Because we need to progress a certain portion. Ooh. I know this quest. We're going to do this little side quest real quick. Oh.
You shall die for what you've done. I've done nothing.
What's this about?
This Dwan sold Fistek to some young elves. A contaminated batch that killed every other user.
Lies. They mean to kill me, steal my gold. Help me, please.
What you sold was poison. Shame you weren't there to see the young lad and others expire amidst spasms.
You, all of you, to an elf. You despise humans, seek vengeance on us. But can you fault us? Fault me for your civilization's downfall?
Shut your mouth, poisoner.
Need to see if this man's actually carrying any Fistek.
We've done that already. Checked everywhere, even his boots. Nothing. The bastard sold it all, which hardly makes him innocent.
Oh man, I'm torn on this one. Is he a Fistek dealer? Or isn't he? He's got no proof. And they're gonna just do a mob mentality with him. But why did you pick this individual? Let's see. Let's see here. What are we gonna discover? Let's see. If you help the merchant, then you have to kill the 3 elves. During the fight, the merchant can die. If you want a small reward, make sure he lives. Once the elves are dead, the merchant survived. He'll thank you and he'll give you 50 golds and you'll get 25 experience. If you instead kill him, let the elves kill him, you won't gain anything from the outcome and the elves will thank you for letting them carry out their justice. So it doesn't actually... I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this. If you trigger, the elves will kill him. So really, there's no matter what, it's a justice. It's called karmatic justice, and it looks like there's not really actually a way to determine whether this individual's innocent or not. Now here's my thing. The elves are treated pretty shittily. Whether it's justified or not, they are. Humans, though, don't frequent elven areas, typically. If we let this human live, realistically, he's gonna report this. Realistically, the human authorities are going to come down hard on these individual elves and everyone associated with them. And when I say come down hard on them, I'm talking like torturous, painful deaths. All of them and everyone associated to them. Probably the entire elven population here. So, but if we let them kill him, as long as the body's disposed of, or, you know what? Kill him.
Just the sale of Fistek is bad enough, but offering contaminated powder, it's malicious. Something that has to carry punishment.
No, don't let them murder me. You can't.
Thank you, Vatgern, for letting us do what was only right. Vafael.
Yeah, because that guy, that dude right there, he did it quick. He did it clean.
Look at this one.
There's not too many upstanding people here that are human in that portion of the community. Most of them are criminal. And those that are not criminal are degenerates. So, I mean, like, there's definitely not innocent, good folk just traveling through that community there. So I don't feel bad about that. Alright, so we got... I'm missing a card, aren't I, still?
Good grief.
Indeed I am. Vegelberg! We need to have a talk, my friends. Run! Go, 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 go! Whoa!
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street
Her
can...
life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my arse out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Yes, good fellow? If it's work you seek.
Don't know that I'm all that good. Name's Geralt. Looking for Patricia Vegelbud. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our guards...
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious. Please, follow me.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, but had not arrived on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
The googly eyes. Got a case of the bloat.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Oh! He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Come on!
Spread out! Murderer's still here! There he is! Get him! Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery! Taking you to the heiress!
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
If only that's how it worked. Interesting. Thank you for the lurk, Scareborne. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Bruises, broken fingernails.
Oh man.
She defended herself.
All over.
Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time.
Alright, so before we get into the investigation part, if you guys haven't done so already, please do me a favor. I know for those that are going to watch the VODs later, if you guys haven't already, come back, find Scareborne, and you're going to go over to her page, and there's going to be a heart icon, okay? And you're going to push that heart icon, and that heart icon is going to follow her, which you absolutely should on her page, because she is an amazing streamer. She's got some of the coolest places to hang out at in the evening. Like last night, she was doing some Mass Effect. It's pretty cool. So, but she is a variety streamer like this channel. She does Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls. We've seen a little bit of Skyrim. So she does a variety, like a genuine variety of good RPG type games. Assassin's Creed series is another one she gets into. So if you guys haven't followed her already, make sure you guys go do that. It's very important to me. All right, thank you for all of that. How you doing? Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you being here. You're the first person today. So the blaspheming of the Church of Eternal Fire is what's killing these people. Again, religious fanatics.
Another
Don't care
empty
for it.
formaldehyde bottle.
But it is
Same
what it
wounds as the
is.
previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Alright. Because we didn't loot while we were in here, and we're not going to have an opportunity to come back into this room later. It looks like they dumbed down the loot. There used to be more food and stuff you could grab up there. I want to know, because, like, when we came up here, like, there was a person right here, right outside the door, sweeping and stuff, right? And, like, she's got her windows open. There's a kitchen just down below. Look, just townspeople just wandering through a room like nothing. How is it that nobody heard her screams, the fight? Because that we found defensive wounds, we found injuries that were in line with her fighting and resisting and defending herself. So how is it that not a single servant, guard, anybody, because they're there, how is it nobody heard a single sound to come to her rescue or investigate? I'm genuinely curious about this, because people were literally right outside their door, outside of her door while she was being murdered and tortured. You would have heard the thrashing, you know. Yes, they damaged the lungs. I mean, the vocal cords, the esophagus, and everything with the formaldehyde. But you still would have heard the thrashing of the conflict.
White head like a miller's son.
Do. Critical Kates. Hopefully we don't run into the other. There's a quest here I'm trying to not do just yet. And it's at Cripple Kates. The quest, what it does is it is... Okay. There's another concerned citizen's sermon. So there's a part of Crippled Kate's quest line where you end up fighting off some Skellige dudes, or some Skellige folks that show up and take over, and you have to deal with them. You have to either A, beat them up, A, beat them up, B, sign them, or C, pay them, or D, which is my personal favorite, which is you go over to Skellige, complete the storyline for Skellige, then come back and talk to them. And then when you come back and talk to them, they're like, oh wait, we know you. Yeah, no, we're good. We'll back off. We're just leaving. So I'm hoping to keep that quest available until after I deal with Skellige. But we're gonna see, because it's forcing us to go over here right now. Ooh, nice. I've been meaning to play this. Owned it for a while, but never played it. Hey, Free to Be Me. Welcome in, welcome in. Give it a shout out. All right. So there's this open world type survival game, is the best way that I can describe this. It's called Scum. And Free to Be Me has been playing it. It's actually quite entertaining if you guys haven't seen it. I would definitely go over to his channel, hit that follow button, check it out. It's an interesting game. It's similar to certain other games in that genre, but it's unique enough to stand out as its own. And up until Free to Be Me was playing it on his channel, I had actually never heard of the game. So definitely go check it out. It's pretty cool. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. Witcher. Witcher 3 is an entertaining game. They've made some changes I'm not happy about, obviously, because the game was great before they did any of the next-gen updates. When they did the next-gen updates, cool, they added some things we liked. They've changed some graphics. But there's now bugs in the game that cause the game to not work properly. So they broke their game by fixing it. See how that works? Still definitely a great game, though. This current playthrough that you're showing up for, we are at 59 hours of gameplay so far that we've committed. So, how you doing? I'm good. Thank you for that. I am doing outstanding. Just trying to get through some more content here with the Witcher stuff. I'm trying to get closer to level 32. We're at 23 right now. Trying to get closer to level 32 so that way we can go ahead and...
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
We're hoping to get closer to level 32 so we can go over to the Blood and Wine expansion. And the Blood and Wine expansion, A, has our silver sword that we are going to want to use. And B, it also has our house, our vineyard, and personal wine line that we want. And it allows us to dye our armors. So when we get there, we'll definitely be chasing down the purple dye. So that way we can customize the appearances and rock the proper Legion colors.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
This guy.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
First, gotta tell me why you do it.
For pleasure. Satisfaction.
Achievable with whores in a lot of ways, many traditional. Doesn't take killing them, trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims, I know how they end. You don't stop, not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know. But I see we must talk. Calmly.
Oh, I'm still killing you, bud. Just know
Who
that
knew
right
you'd
now.
be here?
You're
Strangely
not
enough,
surviving
I
this
don't announce these
conversation.
outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
Okay, so here's the deal with this quest. This quest, it's obviously, like, you can obviously attack this person. He's doing evil things. But talking to him is super important because he's not actually the killer. Okay? He is set up to look like the killer for an easy out for players who act impulsively or on emotion. Okay? Because Witchers are not emotional beings. So this is the game, one of the game's ways of forcing players going, hey, you want to play like a human? Go for it. You're going to let a lot of bad things happen then. Because if we acted like a human and just killed this dude, then the real murderer would still be out there, and he would still be torturing and murdering and dismembering his victims. But because we talked to him, and we were emotionally unaffected, well, I wouldn't say unaffected. We were emotionally able to control our actions rather than just be impulsive. We were able to determine that he wasn't actually the killer. He was set up by the real killer. Now that we have that information, and now we know who the actual killer is, and now we know where to find them, now we can start doing the morally correct thing of killing this piece of shit.
Then you'll pay again. For her, for all the other women you've tortured.
There it is. I really hate the Church of the Eternal Fire and everybody that supports them.
You're free now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If not for you. He asked if I did everything, and I said, for the right price, of course. And then he smiled. Oh, God, it gave me the shivers. And then he hit me so hard I passed out. I was bound when I came to. And he was hitting the poker in the fire.
Calm down. He won't hurt you anymore. He won't hurt anyone.
Yeah, I don't understand people that behave that way. I don't care for people that behave that way, and people that behave that way should be murdered. Well, I wouldn't call it murder. I would call it, removed from civilized society to protect civilized society. That's what I would call that. Torture people. Are you freaking retarded? That accomplishes nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if you're the type of person that needs that type of satisfaction where you have to hurt, torture, and whatnot to other people, then maybe you should think about doing society a service and picking yourself as the next victim. That might be entertaining for those who like to torture.
Hey there, handsome. I'm bored.
Woo! Run away! I guess I'm not human because I prefer to have all the facts. Obviously, I would still cut them up piece by... Okay, so... There, from the previous broadcast, we actually had... This is the end of a storyline that you're catching right now. There's been multiple victims at this point. And each one of the victims was tortured and ritualistically, slowly and painfully murdered for blaspheming the church. And on each one of the victims, the murderer left a piece of flesh on them with the name of the next victim printed on it. And so far, every single victim, the name that was for the next victim, it's been spot on. So when we get to this point in the story, we've seen some awful things. Geralt has had a person that he personally cares about, that is important to him, affected by this individual. So at this point, it's one of those, we know exactly the MO. They do the same thing every time. And the girl that was tied up was the next victim. So it was like, the game does a very good job of giving you a nice, tight, pretty bow to put on this story. But if you pursue it in conversation, that's when you find out that it's not as clean cut as the story did a good job of making you feel like it could be. And that's where the issue comes in. And a lot of people miss it. Because there's a lot in this game that if you do the talking thing to try to get more information in some of the quests, then it prevents you from making any other violent decision. And you're kind of stuck with the, well, you chose not to kill the person, so this is now the end result. So it's also one of those where you have to be mindful of which situations you're doing the talking in. because it can prevent you from making the other. It can take away the other options from you if you do that. Just like if you obviously lashed out violently and just killed that guy, we wouldn't have found out that there was actually somebody else. So each quest is different, but I will say that the writers in Witcher 3, and well, in the Witcher video game series, do a really good job of making the player invest in each one of the quests and get caught up in the moment. It's really, really good.
I've been cranky since morning.
Alright, so let's go deal with the actual killer. Which is ironic, because everyone's being murdered for blaspheming the church. And the church is anti-anything not human. To the point where they're burning everything and everyone at the stake, to include herbalists. So, that's the church. All the victims have blasphemed the church in one shape, way, or another. The dude that we just fought is a reverend of the church. And the coroner, who we just found out is the murderer, is not a member of the church at all. And he helped us. He helped us. He helped us find the previous victim. So, like, that's the other thing that the writers did, was, like, so like Christians? Christians, no. Catholics, yes. Just like the Catholics during the Inquisition period. That's what this is supposed to be the equivalent of, is the Catholic Inquisition. Only they're calling themselves the Church of the Eternal Fire. But yeah, it's very Catholic inspired, not Christian, Catholic. Christians just went after the and even then it wasn't even all Christians. It was primarily the Puritans that went after, like, the witches. But Catholics, on the other hand, Catholics really went after everybody that wasn't Catholic, and that was where the hang-up was. And that's what the Church of Eternal Fire is. But the Christians were just as bad, if not worse, at the time, though. No, they actually weren't. Most people, so I was a history major before I joined the army. And I did the majority of my time in the army in Europe when I wasn't deployed to Afghanistan. And historical stuff has always interested me. The issue that time period produces, where it's Christians. At a time. Okay. Let me think here. Other than the Puritans, no. Christian. Now, I'm not a Christian. Let me make that very clear. I am a pagan. I follow an old pagan faith. And we're not going to get into that. But historically, the only Christians that came close to doing mass murder on the scale that the Inquisition pulled off would be the Puritans. And even then, the amount of numbers that the Puritans actually produced for kills compared to what the Catholic Church produced during just the Inquisition, not including the Crusades, right? Not including the betrayal of the Templars and everyone related to them, not including the forced conversions, which, let's be honest, those weren't actually religious based. That was greedy warlords using the religion's money, the church's money, to back them so they could do whatever they were going to do anyways. So the Puritans are really the only ones that came close. And even then, like, they're a drop in a bucket compared to the numbers the Catholic Church has produced. Like, hands down. Now, every monotheistic religion has had its dark period where they kill people for religious differences, or because their god or gods or whatever faith we're discussing says, go do this. But body count to body count, it actually goes Catholic, and then Muslim's actually next one down. And then after that, then you get into the Christianity denominations. And the thing with the Christianity denominations is you have to understand that they're not connected like Catholics are. All Catholics, regardless of which Catholic you fall through, answer to the Vatican. Christians, on the other hand, don't answer to the same point of authority. So therefore, each Christian group is actually its own faction. And then that creates more division within body counts. My point is they used religion to justify murdering, is what I meant. I'm not saying Christians and Catholics. I'm just meaning... Yeah. I actually... Monotheistic religions, period, do that. That's a monotheistic religion trait. That's kind of like a requirement to be a monotheistic religion. Polytheistic religions are the only ones who have never actively, violently
run out of formaldehyde,
murdered
I
anybody for not believing in their gods.
You almost
sacrifices and things like that people do willingly or capture as prisoners.
You've seen through my bluff
That's
with Nathaniel.
Separate.
Although you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat.
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
So, this guy right here, he just admitted to us he's a higher vampire. And he wants to remind them of decency and all of this, and he wants the church to cleanse the city, right? But here's my question. Why are you a vampire, which is considered an abomination by the Church of Eternal Fire, who they would happily murder you publicly simply because you are not a pure human? Why are you...
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a...
Hey, Aqua Rebel, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. How's your day? So for those who haven't done so already, make sure you guys go over there and hit those follow buttons on Aqua Rebel, an amazing Legion broadcast streamer. And, again, savant, genius, masterpiece works that he does with character creation on any RPG. You have to go see it. It is that mind-blowing and amazing and that effective. It's pretty cool. Go check it out. Go check it out. Gamer Who, 9 months. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for that. I definitely appreciate that subscription. And 9 months, that's a long time. Let's see. Yeah. So you've been subscribed almost since I have been, as long as I've been affiliate. Almost as long as I've been an affiliate. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Thank you for the support. That is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, so this dude, he's doing the work of an organization that wants people and beings like him dead. I don't get that part. Like, there's not an exception. They're going to kill him if they found out. So why are you doing their work?
You're a sick fuck.
I never expected you to understand. You're a cynic and an opportunist. I sensed it from the start. Ah well, this conversation has grown unpleasant for both parties. We must move to the next item on the agenda. I last fought a Witcher 2 centuries ago. I do hope I remember how it's done.
And you? Have you faced one of us? No, you couldn't have. You'd not have survived.
Oh, you're gonna go all misty, huh? Okay. I got you, bud. Ah. Woo! Fun fact, even though we killed him, did you notice that there's no trophy? There's no head, right? Because reality is, and we're gonna find this out in the Blood and Wine expansion, he's a higher vampire, right? That's what he said. We can't kill him. He's not dead. We'll find that out later on. We won't actually get to see him again in this game. The game leads us to believe that he's dead, but there's a little piece of information that we get given in the Blood and Wine DLC. And that little piece of information is that a higher vampire can only be killed by another higher vampire. It can't be killed by anything else. So, yes, it appears dead, but it's gonna come back. He'll come back, he'll bail out, and then he'll go somewhere, recover. And then when he recovers, then he'll either A, move on about his life and go find another place to become his new hunting grounds, or he'll end up coming right back here and picking up where he left off and just being like, oh, well, I was out on vacation. Who's this guy? The King of Beggars henchman. But yeah, even though, and yes, that is a CD Projekt Red oversight. Because there's actually, let's see, that's the second higher vampire that we have fought and killed so far. But again, in the Blood and Wine expansion, they specifically tell you that Geralt is not capable of killing a higher vampire where in a way that they would truly be dead.
Let's go kill some monsters.
Interesting stuff, in my opinion.
Think he's punishable by death.
Woo! All right. So how's everyone's New Year's? Anyone do anything exciting to bring in the New Year celebration this year? Or is everybody just like, oh, it's just a normal day. There's nothing new or exciting. I know for us, I took my grandkids outside, and because I got a screened-in patio area, and obviously it's much earlier than midnight because my grandson's 2 and my granddaughter's 1. But I've been introducing sparklers to them because, you know, given their age. And this year was the first year that my grandson wasn't completely and totally terrified and having like a breakdown of like over the loud noises of the fireworks going on outside. And then with sparklers, this was the first year where he was actually excited to hold the sparklers. So that was kind of cool. And but everyone's like, but he's only 2. Yes, but he's born in August? I have to double check. But this is, so this is year 2 or 3 for him that we've been doing the fireworks, because I personally have a hard time with fireworks. It's still something I'm not back on board with yet. But anyway, so it was cool. He got excited about some sparklers. He actually got to hold some sparklers, and then The loud noises was still terrifying him because you can hear the fireworks, but you couldn't really see fireworks around our house where we live. But then we, just before I went and took him to bed, after doing the sparkler thing, we went back outside to let the dog out, and there was someone in the neighborhood behind us. They shot off fireworks, and you could actually see the big colorful explosions. And as soon as he saw that, man, his eyes lit up and he got so excited, and he just, because he just gibberish, just talking away with gibberish. But he was excited, and he, at that point, as soon as he figured out that, wait, all those loud explosions that are going on all around me, there's actually colors with them, then it was, every time we heard a pop for the rest of the night, it was, and then he would point out the door, and he wanted me to take him outside so he could go see if he could see the colors again. So it was a cool experience. And then my granddaughter, she's fearless. Like, my grandson, the first few times I've shown him sparklers, because, I try to do sparklers for him on 4th of July as well. And first few times I've shown him sparklers, it was one of those, like, he gets scared and he doesn't want it to be near him. But no, my granddaughter, who's only a year old, she immediately was trying to grab sparklers. She is not afraid of nothing. She just wanted everything. And it was a cool experience for me. So we had fun. Now I want to rewatch The Witcher. I am sorry that you want to rewatch that trash. But to each their own, I suppose. Just another day, lol. Yeah, I know quite a few people, it was just another day for them too. Me, it's all holidays become with my grandkids, right? And it's exciting again for me now.
Yes.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
Man, I like this dandelion so much better.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Woo! All right. I hate when they put, like, stuff on shelves that Geralt can't reach unless you jump on top of something else. Alright, so we finished that quest. Woo! We got the killer. And the one who almost killed Priscilla. Alright, so now we have dealt with all of our friends, I believe. Oh no, we gotta go deal with Triss. Forgot about that. I guess we should go deal with Triss now. Or do we want to get cards? Short people problems, lol. Right? As a short person, I totally agree. Absolutely.
Spends all her days in the chapel.
Alright, so let me think here, Da-da-da-da-da. I want to get... No. We're going to Skellige. The reason why... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to Skellige because there are some Gwent cards over there that we need. And we need to move the main storyline over there. So that way... Son of
Wins.
Let's save the game. We need to get these. So what? Let's slow down and collect our thoughts. See, this is what happens when I don't have medicine before a broadcast, which I probably should go have. Not going to though. Okay, so we are going to go over to Skellige. We are going to progress the storyline to open up the special Gwent players. We are going to get the Gwent cards. Reason we are going to get the Gwent cards is because we need the Gwent cards to go over to Toussaint and go get the Gwent cards for the Skellige deck. Now, why are we doing that? Why is that a focus? Well, that is a focus for two reasons. One, I have never, in the many years worth of playthroughs that I have done this game, I have never got the Gwent tournament trophy in the Blood and Wine DLC that you can display in your house, because it forces you to play with the Skellige deck. I struggle with the Skellige deck. So, we definitely need to do that, but in order to do that, I need some hero cards that are still in Skellige. That's the first reason. Second reason, my wife, on the other hand, is a Skellige deck expert, and she gets that tournament trophy every single time, and I promised you guys a tutorial video with her. So what that means is we have to be able to get over to Toussaint to collect all the Skellige cards, and we have to have all the hero cards, so that way when I go ahead and I'll announce whenever it's going to be on Discord, and I'll probably talk about it in my broadcasts. My wife is going to be doing a broadcast on this channel, so it'll be a special broadcast one day that is everyone will know about ahead of time. I'll give you guys like probably about 3 day notice, maybe 5 days. And what it'll be is a big tutorial, essentially, where she's going to sit down on this channel under my name and do a Skellige deck building tutorial with you guys. So that way you guys are able to
told it, there had been a magic explosion in Skellige. Related to Ciri's reappearance, it had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the sorcerers and seek further clues of Ciri's whereabouts.
Okay, so, but she's going to do a deck building tutorial with you guys, where she's going to have access to every card that's in the game, in the base game, and she's going to build the deck, and then she's going to sit there and play with a character known as Major Domo, which is like your manservant at your house over in the Blood and Wine DLC, and you can have him play with whatever deck you want, or random decks. And then she's going to do like a Q&A after she shows everybody how to build a proper Skellige deck, how to use it, the tricks and the combinations and everything. And then once she's gotten that all done, she'll be able to answer, help you guys out, show you several games. And it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be exciting, because I've watched the way that she plays, I've watched the way that she builds her decks, and when she builds a Skellige deck specifically, you can literally tell from the very beginning of the hand with what cards you were dealt whether or not you're going to win. That's how efficient her build is. You can tell immediately. And honestly, I don't think I've seen her lose a hand against any opponent with the Skellige deck. Once she figured out the proper way of building it and she got that technique down, that was it. I've never seen her lose with that deck since then. So, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And if you guys are interested in that, make sure you keep an eye out on the posts. I will be probably posting that in, let's see, what channel should that go in? I'll post that in the events channel on the Discord. So, whenever we get that all set up, because I got to get everything set up for her first, where she has access to everything, all the cards. But once we get that part done, we will absolutely get it scheduled. You guys can show up and ask all the questions you want. And again, she's super, super knowledgeable. She's another huge Witcher fan like myself. Woo! I gotta get this to trigger because the main characters in Skellige have the cards I'm missing.
You need not do this, child.
I know, but I want to.
Tis madness. Such a young lass.
Erna should be the one going. They shared a bed longer.
Silence. 'Tis her decision.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. The eulogy.
King Bran of Clan Twirsech has embarked on his final voyage. At its end, our glorious ancestors await him. Together they will hunt and raid. They will sit round the fire and praise the deeds of ages past. For now, he lives in our hearts. One day, we too shall stand at his side and face the sea together. That will be a good day.
So, Geralt and Yennefer will always be connected because of the way that they were portrayed in the books. And the fact that video games continue the story from the books is another reason why they will always be connected. So, we are going to maintain that connection in this playthrough. And honestly, I'm a Yennefer fan. I am not a Triss fan.
You smell wonderful.
Geralt, we're at a funeral.
You smell wonderful at this funeral.
Skellige is its clans. In times of war, tradition holds the clans unite under the leadership of their king. We've bid Bran farewell. Time to pick his successor who will lead us against the Black Ones. The gates of Caer Troll stand open to all who held Bran of Clan Twirsech dear. Mead and meat will be plentiful. During the wake, those who believe themselves worthy of the crown will step forth.
Haven't seen each other in 2 years. I want a solitary cottage by the sea. I want to lock myself inside with you. Stay there for a week.
What would we do there for a week?
Got so many ideas.
The one with the rope you use for trophies. That one seems interesting.
Reading my mind again?
What's more, I like what I see.
Bam! Remember the unicorn comment in the beginning of the video game? What's this about a stuffed unicorn? Oh, we used a unicorn as a bed once. Ah, young people.
Did you learn anything in Velen?
We're gonna see the unicorn.
Velen. Awful place. Somehow Ciri wound up at the castle of the local ruler, a baron, self-proclaimed. This was after she was injured.
Injured? Was it serious?
Don't think so. Must have recovered because this baron sent her on to Novigrad. Think she was looking for you at the time. These witches Ciri came across, she was lucky to escape them.
Witches?
Creatures more like. Can't say exactly what they are, but they're dangerous. Very. Also ran into an old friend of ours in Velen, Kira.
What on earth is Kira Metz doing in that wasteland?
Hiding from witch hunters. Listen, she told me an elven mage had been there looking for Ciri.
Good. You'll need to tell me more when we have some time.
Been to Novigrad. Ciri was there, looking for a way to lift some curse. She's not there anymore.
You're certain?
Heard it from Dandelion, with no embellishments.
Do you know any more about this curse?
Not much. Ciri ran into some trouble, never finished what she went there to do. I recovered a phylactery. She was looking for a way to enchant it.
I'll look at it later.
Alright.
How about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on Ard Skellige a time ago. A disaster brought
So keep
about
an eye
by
on
a
her
burst of
outfit.
magic. Extraordinary, really.
Give you guys a
Natural
choice.
anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Ciri was its cause.
As much as I respect your intuition, Yen, we need something specific. Evidence.
I'd know for certain if I was able to inspect the disaster zone. Unfortunately, Ermion and his druids aren't letting anyone near.
So why won't Ermion let you inspect the area of the anomaly?
Call it a difference of opinion. A large, loud difference. Look, it's Krach.
White Wolf!
Greetings, Krach.
I shall see you at the wake, and I'll not accept any excuses. I've an important matter to discuss with you.
Guess our solitary hut will have to wait. Crack on crate someone we want on our side. I shall wear black and white for the feast. I count on you to don something complimentary. Something that doesn't reek of 1,000 hunts.
Yen, you know I can't stand new doublets. Just too tight till you break them in.
And just like Krag, I'll not accept any excuses. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. We've matters to resolve and should dress appropriately. I've rented a room at the inn. Took the liberty of laying out some clothes for you there. You ought to go. Choose something. In the meantime, I've something to attend to. We'll meet at the entrance to the feast hall.
I'm sure they did it for coloring. But she always talks about black and white. Now, the outfit she's currently wearing that you guys see there is her default outfit. Okay, so that's the game's default outfit for her. And as we can tell, the leather leather straps on her outfit weren't actually black; they were blue. So I think that's interesting too. We're gonna go ahead and get through.
Well, my dad's off.
Let me think here.
Don't eat so much.
Damn, they're gonna force us to do it. They're gonna force us to do it. Oh, I don't want to.
Outlanders are welcome to try to.
Woo!
This has got to be Yen's room.
Look, there's
she
the
always
unicorn.
Did like space and
There's the
luxury.
unicorn. This is the unicorn from the letter that Geralt and Yennefer once used as a bed.
The stuffed unicorn. She fixed it. No idea how she managed to bring so much clothing. Must have hired out a galleon. As usual,
See?
black and
Look
white.
at that. That's not black and white. That's black, white, and blue. That looks like a pale midnight blue almost.
Glamour. Scent of lilac and gooseberries, even with the lid on. Taste hasn't changed.
Woo! So the clothes that she laid out, we come into here. You don't actually have to wear the clothes that she laid out. In the very beginning of the game, you get given the Nilfgaard outfit to go and meet with Emperor Emir. That's the outfit that we're actually going to pull out to wear. For those free to be me, and for anybody else who has not gone through and played this game before, or who has not gone through and played with the next gen update, this sword, Blade of the Bits, there's a elven blacksmith. When you meet him, he's a baker, and he wants you to help him become a blacksmith again in Novigrad. Hattori is his last name. Can't remember his first name right now, but he's the only elven baker that wants to be a blacksmith. And when you go through and you do all his quests and everything, which is a series of quests, but once you get it all done, then he makes you this sword. It's called the Blade from the Bits. Blade from the Bits used to be a shit sword. It was quickly outclassed by the time you got access to it. But as you can see here, they've changed it. It says, you know what? Let's deposit it so you guys can see it better over here. So as you can see down in the bottom there, it says damage scales with character level. So this is a sword that is a steel sword that you can absolutely keep with you. There's one other sword. Kraton Croc, the guy that just told us that we need to go inside and we got to meet up with him. When you go to later on in the quest line, you come back to him after you've helped him with all of his stuff and you ask him for help, and he gives you a sword called Blade of Winter. And that's supposed to be another legendary sword. Blade of Winter and Blade from the Bits are the only two steel swords in the entire game, as of right now, that scale with character level. So when you get these swords, do not get rid of them accidentally. Make sure you keep a hold of them. They are super, super valuable to keep a hold of because the fact that they scale with you, so you don't need to change out weapons. Keep it in mind, keep it in mind. All right. So we are going to clean up our inventory real quick. Hold on here. All right. Woo! Loot. So now that we've got all of this stuff, this red chest here, you don't actually have to wear any of this Skellige formal crap that she's giving you. You can actually get rid of all of it. Here's my question.
A megascope?
Do we want to go with the traditional outfit, or do we want to go with a truly
Philippa Eilhart said,
fancy
megascopes and
outfit?
Toothbrushes. Deeply personal possessions.
The default outfit that we have that you want to go with is, and yes, your outfit actually does matter. Why does your outfit matter? Well, that's because if you pick the wrong color combination or the wrong outfit, then what ends up happening is Yennefer will actually comment on it. She'll be like, there we go. Gotta take the gloves off. Bam. So this is the default outfit that she's happy with. She's also happy with this outfit. But if you were to wear the blue one and the baggy pants, then she makes fun of you. And she's not very pleased with you. Like, it's... just don't do it. So anyways, the question that we have here is, do we wear the Nilfgaard outfit, the black and white to quote-unquote match her, or do we try our shot at a very difficult expansion for our current level to get a super fancy, nice version? I'm personally partial to the super nice, fancy version. What do you guys think? How do those captain boots look? I'm kind of curious about those captain boots. Huh. What level are we? We're 23. You know what? I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it. I know I said I was going to go get those Gwent cards, but I forgot about that one little thing, and I wanted to... There's a... We're going to go to Toussaint. Try to go to Toussaint. So, there's a thing here where... There's a rumor we've heard where if you wear the outfit you get from Toussaint, then what ends up happening is she actually makes a special dialogue. So let's go find out if it's true. Besides, Toussaint is really where we've been wanting to get to anyways. That's where you really want
Wounded
to be.
and tired, Ciri collapsed in the swamp.
But
Some
we got the funeral bit
peasants
done.
found her and took her to the Baron, Valen's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
Woo! All right, man, this is gonna be a little rough. Let's save the game, just in case, because we are doing a quest that's way out of our level range.
We've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look.
Geralt!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher! Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws, soon.
I love that dude's like peacock feathers that he's got coming out of his helmet. That's so cool looking.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Pomerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyran and Pomerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads.
I really do dig those
The matter
peacock
does not
feathers,
concern
though.
you, of
I like
course,
the coloring
but
that they
do
chose
us
to
the
do with them.
kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Parmeran wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
They's a coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Mistakes, man. Mistakes will be made by these bandits. These knights are really slow at moving if, like, they're able to round up all these people, go into houses, and drag people out and stuff.
Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Launfal, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
And first mistake.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity-like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them.
Oh,
Folk will say we's
that was the
afeard
final
of
mistake.
Wenches and jesters.
Final mistake.
Insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the heron you will pay with your own blood.
There it is.
By the crane, villains, ready
There
your
it
arms.
is. You should never insult the royalty in front of the knights sworn to defend them. Okay, so these are 35s. Okay, but we're still taking them down. Okay, so we're good. We're good. They dumbed down combat a lot because prior, you wouldn't have been able to do this.
Not good.
Shit.
Defend yourself, scoundrel!
Mr. Crossbow guy is getting some free shots in, and I don't care for that.
Evildoers! Defend yourself, scoundrel!
Boom. Wow. Yeah, they dumbed down combat a lot because you would normally not be able to take enemies that have skulls.
Why do they not
on them.
emerge? It is over.
So the next gen update definitely
We have banished
affected the
scoundrels,
DLC enemy
lifted
difficulty
oppression's
level
yoke
2.
from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ugh, It is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
So the people that these... Okay, when they're done talking, I got a complaint there that we're gonna discuss.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever, and the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses, the bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Okay. So, real quick. The village asked... Okay, so these guys came to the village, offered protection. The village said, yes, protect us from the bandits. Make the bandits go away. We'll give you this hut to stay in. Bandits showed up. They tried to talk the bandits down. The bandits insulted the Duchess. After burning a portion of the village and trying to attack the villagers, then they decided to murder the bandits, all of them. Killed them all. In combat. It wasn't murder. Let me correct myself. It was not murder. They killed them in combat. And then the people that said make the bandits go away now hate the people that made the bandits go away because, oh my god, you killed people. Listen, there are people like this in the world. And if you are one of these people that ask for help and then get pissed off at the person that you asked for help for helping you do exactly what they said they were going to go do, shut the fuck up and stop asking for help and do it yourself. Either that, or be realistic about what is going to happen, because they told you what was going to happen. What happens when you hire knights to deal with bandits? What do you think's going to happen? They're going to stab them in the face with their swords repeatedly and hack them into pieces. That's what's going to happen. What happens if they don't? Well, the bandits are going to do that to you. No matter what, someone's getting hacked up here. The only question is who? So, shut the fuck up and stop asking for people for help if you're not going to be grateful for their help that they provide after it's been made very clear on what they're doing. You know, I cannot stand people like that, but there are people like that in the world. I have met them. Oh, and they irk me so much. Like, these people just risk their lives for you, and that's how you treat them? Get the hell out of here.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you, yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Then post haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
And we're gonna have to come back to this village later to do the looting of the bodies that we dropped. This is hands down probably my favorite
Geralt and
Witcher
Yennefer were
expansion
reunited, but
ever.
something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
A few days later, in the Duchy of Toussaint. And now we're gonna have a big monster fight. Yeah, I really do love this
the land
expansion.
of love and wine.
It is gorgeous.
Exactly how I remembered it.
Look at this. Look at the scenery here. Like, this is a gorgeous place to
You would find
adventure.
Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will
Bam.
see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale.
Right?
Knights errant, elven palaces.
If you insinuate that we are somehow odd, I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
And he dropped his jousting. Listen, bro. Pick your weapon back up off the ground. If you die, you deserve it. I'm not gonna lie. You dropped your weapon and dropped 2 weapons. You dropped 2 weapons! You are a trash combatant, man. Super trash combatant. How do you expect to kill things if you can't hold onto your weapons? And there goes the horse. That wasn't very nice. The horse didn't do anything. That is a pretty awesome freaking giant, though. No, that's a Cyclops. That is a pretty awesome Cyclops. Let's take a look and see in our bestiary real quick what... that's the Beast of Belliclaire. What would he... Olgaroid? There we go, Cyclops. Axii works really well, so we're gonna go with Axii and Augured Oil. Make sure... Yep. Okay. Oils. Curse, Vampire, Necrophage, Replit, Dracanoid, Hybrid, Augrid. Let's go, bud. And Axii. Ooh, Axii did not affect it. That's not good. Yeah, it's not affecting it. I think I have... Ah! Okay, let's try Igni. They lied when they said Axii would affect it. Ah. Hot dang, man. Woo!
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint we mostly chase bandits, but I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth, then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Woo! We gotta go get some purple dye, though, man. Like, seriously. Really, Geralt? You got a freaking sword. I'm sure there's an axe somewhere laying around, and you're gonna use a little hand knife to cut off a Cyclops' head? I don't know. I feel like there's a more efficient tool to use, personally. Can we go inside? No, you can't go inside. What's wrong with you? All right.
Faster. Brave
Woo!
kid, Guillaume.
Palmerin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
We gotta get the traveling down. Get to the
Can't get
cockatrice
used to the
inn.
way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
But nobody talks like that, though, bro. That's what Geralt's trying to explain to you.
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Make sure we got all the loot. This really is just a gorgeous DLC. And the other thing that I think that makes it so popular, other than like the beauty of it, the storyline's good too, yeah. But it was it was where they truly gave us customization options and gave us a place that Geralt could call this.
Hobnailed boots,
Like, that
multiple
was cool.
sets of prints, ducal guard clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
I hear drowners.
For the glory of her
Wrong
Got
sword,
guests.
Geralt.
Careful.
There we go. Oh, that's not drowners, that's rot fiends. Oh man. Everything gets so hard here when you're so low level. Ah! Run! And they've got those spikes, man. Oh, I forgot about these ones. So you see how their bodies are covered in spikes? Rot fiends, when you kill them, they explode. Well, the ones in Toussaint, those spikes actually become like shrapnel. And if you're within a certain
here by the
distance,
smell
not
of
only do you
blood.
take the explosive
Let's keep
damage,
looking.
but on top of that, you take the shrapnel damage, so to speak.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free.
Come on, Geralt.
Gonna dive in,
Move.
make sure they didn't miss anything. Nets were attached here. Junk that came down the river.
You must keep searching.
Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently, probably to transport the body somewhere.
Alright, let's pick up all of this before we go for the dive that we gotta go do. Jump in the water, Geralt!
Nets were attached here.
Come on, bud. You can swim. I promise. Let's see, what is this? Ooh, what's this? Come on, Geralt, turn around. Geralt, Turn around. There you go, bud. Geralt, stop diving. Geralt, stop diving. There you go. So, oh, hey, Le Devil, welcome in. How's your day? So we've noticed, as you guys just witnessed there, where it's telling Geralt to repeatedly stop diving, the controls are not the best anymore. They used to be, but the last, I would say 3 days, we have noticed that there is some serious control issues that there didn't used to be.
What now?
Especially
this
water.
Isn't the site of the murder.
In the water.
We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
It was quartered, huh? That's an interesting information piece that you left out. Quartered indicates a whole lot of information there. Okay? Okay. I'm glad we had that discussion there. Knight errant of Toussaint. A quartered corpse takes time. It takes equipment. It takes a location of privacy. It causes immense amounts of pain. It's not a... Unless you've already killed the person and you're quartering it afterwards, quartering a person is an extremely painfully loud process. And again, people are gonna notice. It's not a small little contained thing when you quarter somebody. So please keep that in mind, you knight errant of Toussaint. Why couldn't you give me these details? Because that's important to know. That limits our search area now. We don't have to go searching in every tiny little hut and all this and all that craziness, because we need to figure out where's big enough that can be used with privacy to quarter somebody. Once you figure out those places, then you'd start process of elimination by investigating them. Huge piece. I am fantastic. As you can see, we are significantly lower level than what we should be coming into Toussaint, but I really want purple dye. So, we're getting purple dye. And we also got to start building the Skellige deck. Oh, getting the cards anyways. So that way my wife can come in and do that special broadcast for you guys.
Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Yeah, DLC. Downloadable content.
It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
Thank you, Mom, for the lurk. Again, for those who don't know, Mother of Legend
got
is
back
my
to
actual
Toussaint.
real mom. So, thank you, Mom, for stopping in and lurking. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're having a wonderful day at work. Doing good now. How are you? I am outstanding. I gotta get the purple, though. Understandable. Gotta get... Yep, see? You understand. You know. You know. When they got the Legion colors, we gotta rock the Legion colors. That's the rules. I don't make them up. I just follow them, okay? So let's go get that
service of
purple.
Her illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it
Where,
seems I've
Milton?
arrived in
Where'd you
the
go?
nick of
There you
time.
are, bud. Are we just gonna get in the boat? Let's just get in the boat, Milton. I'm on a boat. No, no boat, Milton. Oh, we're gonna walk. We're gonna leave our horses down. Listen, Milton, bud. You're wearing plate armor, bud. I don't.
Once you have finished examining the
Has anybody
goods,
worn plate
be
armor?
sure to report to
Okay,
Anarietta.
plate armor is super
Anarietta.
heavy, super bulky, super hot,
Her Grace, the Duchess.
and you're not moving very fast. And if you don't have to walk up this freaking hill, you're not walking up this freaking hill. You would much rather ride a horse, trust me. Like, no. You're deliberately causing unnecessary suffering for yourself.
A watering hole for traders,
I feel like we should have
smugglers,
taken the
boatmen.
horses.
But you will find
But it's
no
just a-
better
listen,
crayfish
it's
chowder
late.
in all Toussaint.
All right, let's get in here. Accept the contracts.
Ducal clerks looking for
Woo!
help. Could be good coin to be made.
All right.
Reputation precedes you, Geralt.
And for those who are unaware, yes, this is on the the next gen update, and this is on an Xbox Series X. So, this is the way it performs on the next gen consoles.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Like Milton said, I've come from the north at the Duchess's behest to deal with the beast.
Yes, but who are you? A knight? A mercenary? A soldier?
Geralt is a witcher, a master of his trade. He has questions for you about the beast's most recent victim.
I was the one to
I actually
find the
don't have
corpse.
questions at all.
The sun had
About
just risen
recent
when I
victim.
awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
But I don't care. Listen. Where's the place that you can quarter somebody quietly and privately? That's where we need to go. I've already explained this.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What?
And that's where we're
Why,
going.
Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
All right, let's
Thanks
go.
for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Milton's a cool character. I definitely like his peacock feather helmet that he runs around with. That's pretty cool looking. So, real quick, what we're gonna do here is this guy.
Norm could replace.
I want cards from him.
Show me what you.
Why? Because innkeepers carry cards. Let's see, what do we got? Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard. Monsters. Nilfgaard. Monsters. Monsters. So it's all trash. Got it. Edited critique. Hello. Hey, welcome in. Sorry I left without saying goodbye last time. My dad had a car. Well, I hope your dad is okay. I hope it was like a minor fender bender. I hope it was nothing serious. But I really do hope he's safe and well. Sorry to hear that. I know that's a bummer. And no worries about saying goodbye. Most people don't say goodbye. Most people don't even say hello. So I just appreciate you guys being here. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you. And again, I really do hope that your dad's okay. He's totally all right, just a bit sore. Well then, hey, silver lining, right? Always got to find the good bits in every situation. So that's good that he's good, though. The car is gone, though. Oh, but a car's a machine. A car can be replaced. People can't. Technically. So it's better the car than your dad, for sure. So I am very happy for you that your dad is safe and your dad is okay. That is great news there. So, and thank you for being here, and thank you for feeling comfortable enough to share that with us. I know not everyone's comfortable sharing, personal things like that that happened to them in their lives. So, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm very happy that your dad's okay. For those who don't know, Edited Critique actually has his own YouTube channel. Edited Critique, why don't you do me a favor? And do you have your link to your YouTube? If you do, you can put it in the chat. You can go ahead and do that, because you're in here pretty frequently. So, but yeah, make sure you throw your link in there so that those that maybe do the YouTube thing and follow folks on YouTube can go check out your content, because I know you're here regularly, and I know the Legion community is very big on supporting each other. That's one of the things that I promote heavily is, hey, if you're part of the Legion, support Legion broadcasters, support your fellow Legion members, because at the end of the day, we are a community here. And part of being a community is being there for each other when it matters, supporting each other in what ways we are able, stuff like that. That's all important in my community. So, definitely put your information in there for me. So that way, if anybody does the YouTube thing that isn't registered on your YouTube, can go follow you. Because I know I do. I've already got you followed, subscribed over on YouTube. Oh, no, trust me. My community is a variety community. The Legion is very much a variety community, so definitely throw your information in there. If people like your content, they like your content. If not, they might know someone who does.
We could play some Gwent.
Alright, so let's see if we got any changes that need to be made. Nope, we don't have any changes that need to be made yet, because I'm still missing a hero card specifically. So here's that. We're playing against that Skellige deck we talked about. Ah, Triss, you're trash. Go away, Triss. What do we play first, always? The almighty Sacred Cow. Legion gotta stick together. Absolutely, the Lead Devil. See, again, that's the way the Legion does it. We support each other. We support our own. You know, the Legion has to stick together. Absolutely. That's one of the great things about this community that I really, truly love. All right, so what's the rules for when we play these cards? We play, I call them rebirth cards. But the All-Holy Cow, because now that we're actually in Skellige's deck, Toussaint, Skellige's deck has a version of this cow card that's their own. So we play these rebirth cards first. And then, ooh, look at that. They turn theirs into an 8. How pretty is that? Now what's the next rule? What's the next set of type of cards we play? Muster cards. That's right, folks. We play muster cards. Muster cards summon other cards from your deck in hand when you play them. So we're going to go ahead and throw that out there. Woo! And Ciri's going to bring Roach onto the field. There we go. Now, why do we do that? Well, no, not the Spy. The Spy is the third step. Spy is step number 3. Now, here is why Spies are step number 3. Because if I had thrown the Spy, I get 2 draws. What happens if one of those draws is Roach? Well, that just wasted a card because I'm going to play Roach anyways when I play Ciri. So always play the muster cards before you play the Spies. It maximizes access to your deck. Muster cards go first, then Spies. Now that we've got the Spy out, let's see what toys we're going to get to play with. And they didn't give us anything fantastic. So, let's see. If I go with an 8, that gives us a 26. Wins by 1. Bam! And then that gives us our free draw. Our holy cow turns into the Bovine Defense Force. Woo! And we got another decoy card with... Dang, I can't do anything. See, this is why I still need other cards. I'm still missing cards from Skellige, but we have to progress to that main storyline first to get access to them. There's a muster card again. That's actually... That card right there is insane. So check this card out. She summons Shield Maidens. She's a hero, 10. She summons Shield Maidens. Shield Maidens are 4s. They're the Blue Strike Commanders, essentially. There's 3 of them. Look at that. So they go up to 12. So if you have all of it, 12, 12, 12, 10, that's 46 points right there off of 1 card. That's pretty cool. But I have a solution to that. It's this bad boy right here. Destroy your enemy's strongest close combat units, which is the ones with the swords. If their combined strength of all of his or her close combat units is 10 or more, which obviously it's 46, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And go, goodbye, Shield Maidens. Bam! That's more reasonable now. By the way, I found someone selling Fallout 4, so when I buy Skyrim, I might get Fallout 4 together. Oh, you should, 100%. And if you get Fallout 4, make sure you get all the DLC. All of it. All of it. Trust me. Especially Nuka World. Woo, Nuka World's on point. Oh, they gave us our Spy. I didn't catch that. Dang. This is why I carry Scorch cards. Oh, not Scorch cards. Decoy cards. So we're going to pull the Spy. It's probably going to be a while until I get them, though. I'm saving up for the new God of War when it comes out in like a month. It's pretty expensive. Well, that's understandable. Yeah, actually, for those who don't know, all new video games on consoles have been... They're like the standard price from this going forward is no longer $60. The gaming industry kind of came together and agreed that it needs to go to $70. So $70 is going to be the new standard normal in the gaming industry for new titles. So it sucks the price is going up, but it's also one of those necessary things as inflation goes up, as more competitors get into the market. You know, because these are still businesses at the end of the day, and they do got to make a profit. Woo! So, all right, and we won. Very nice. Yes, this deck is not built correctly. Yes, I am still missing hero cards from Skellige. Like the actual island, not the deck. For PlayStation, it's 60 for PS4 and 70 for PS5. Yeah. Yep, sounds about right. Okay, so we're going to drop both of these. They're going to become 20s. It's going to be a 20 with the 64. Can I beat that? No, I can't. But they have 0 cards. So you know what I can do? I can do this. I can eat that loss. Let them take their win. They have 0 cards. They're going to start out with that, with their Skellige ability. Bam. And then, woo! We get a spy back. There it is. Now with this spy, I can actually do some fun things. Because there's another spy. Woo! And then we can drop the medic. And bring that card out. Use the decoy to pull the medic. And rinse and repeat the same. And bring that card out. And then that wins the round. Bam! Woo!
Do you like it here?
And we got a shield maiden. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, so world map. Let's take a look here, because we got to find the purple dye, which, if I remember correctly, I think the purple dye is like right in this region right here. But before we do any of that, very important, I want to make sure that everybody is aware of this. It's either right here. I think it's right there. It might be that one, but we're going to go right here. Before you do any missions, as soon as you are able to do this free roaming, running around thing, you need to go away from doing the quest. Very important. As soon as everybody can get into Toussaint, you need to go and get a specific quest. You need to pick it up in the very beginning. There's a reason you have to pick it in the beginning. This quest requires you to perform certain virtues. And the way you perform the virtues is by completing quests that occur in Toussaint. Now, that being said, if you wait and you go through and you're just like, well, no, when I come across it, I come across it and it'll be fine. No, that's not how this works. This is one of those missions that if you don't get it in the beginning, or if you've done too many missions or certain missions already in Toussaint, you can't finish this. You won't get access to this weapon. This is the only silver sword in the entire game that I am aware of at this point that levels with you. Now, prior to the next gen update, it was the only weapon, period, that leveled with you. The next gen update, to my knowledge, only added 2 steel swords. So it didn't add them, it altered them. They were already in the game, they just changed them to level with you. But this silver sword is totally freaking worth it. So it's in this water, right? You swim across the water. And we come on in here. So again, on the map, so everyone can see this. The main city is here. The Cockatrice Inn, which is where we were just at and where you will first get access to like being able to free roam and not have the follower, is right here. You need to come to this one lake that's got another smaller lake inside of it. Okay? When you get here, you will find this place. And you will find the Hermit. This is a super important character. Check this out. Watch. What happens when we go in the water? Does anyone remember? That's right. You sink. You swim. And then you can dive and do all that stuff. What's
I'm
not
walking
happening?
on water.
Ooh.
Just like...
Like who?
like a pond skater. Who are you thinking?
No matter. I suppose you thought nothing else in life could surprise you, eh? Wrong.
Okay, so we're walking on the water. We can't dive in this water. But as you notice under the water, right here, is a sword. That sword, to get access to it, you have to do this guy's quests.
Hey, happen to know how the hell I can walk on that water?
Naturally, I know. Since time immemorial have I dwelt in solitude on this shore, and I can testify to the extraordinary nature of the lake.
What's so extraordinary about it? I mean, besides the fact that you can walk on its surface.
A sword, most wondrous, lies in its depths. I watch over it. The blade may be grasped solely by one who possesses the 5 chivalric virtues.
5.
Folk call me a lot of things, but virtuous? I don't know.
Yet I do know, for I know who you are. To acquire the sword, you must first convince me you are worthy. The inscriptions on the stones describe the 5 virtues: valor, honor, wisdom, sympathy, and generosity. During your time in Tucson, you can prove these virtues dwell in your heart. In this world, there are many in need. They will help you prove your chivalry.
All right. So, there can only be one. This is the quest. So, in order to do these quests, no one can be called generosity, life, dignity, blah, 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 right? So, if you want to read the inscriptions, you get some flowery descriptions of each of these virtues. So, woo! All right. Now, let's talk about, I gotta go to sleep now. Have a good night. All right, well, you have a great night. You sleep well. Hope to see you in the future. And again, for those who may have missed it, I'm gonna copy and paste it there for you guys. Almost Critique. He's a supporter of my son's channel. He's become one of the newest members of the Legion. And wonderful individual, you know, very entertaining. He is younger, but he's got a YouTube channel. Doesn't do Twitch, does YouTube. So if you guys are interested in, again, supporting more members of the Legion, it's free to go over on YouTube and follow the channel. But you have a wonderful evening. All right, so let's talk about these 5 virtues here. So, they've got the sympathy trial. The sympathy trial is during the Beast of Beliclaire, the main quest line. You fight Shamelar in the arena. So in the arena, what you need to do is spare the creature's life. You're going to fight a monster at the tourney in the arena. Spare its life. Do not kill it. Okay? First, The other opportunity, if you've already done that, is the big game hunter. You have to go and you find a panther. You can kill it, or you can do the axie and free it. You want to go do it that way. So there's a few options there. Tourney grounds are going to give us the honor trial for the... there's a duel that we have to win. And then Till Death Do Us Part is another side quest. Those two quests can take care of your honor. Generosity trial. The side quest Turn and Face a Stranger. The one connected with the okay, so this is the one that expands the mutations. You can reward the convoy with 5 gold. That does it. The other one is during the shoe shine stuff. You can give 500 coins for the information about Detloff. Do not negotiate the price or suggest to him instead. Give him as much as he wants. If you do that, then that takes care of the generosity trial. So those are there's a few generosity ones, but give coin. Valor goes right back to the tourney grounds again. And it's reaching the final one and defeating the enemy. So, and the fist fights. The fist fights will also give you the tourney for honor. So honestly, the tourney can take care of a number of these things. Wisdom trial. Lift curses. That's pretty easy, right? Lift a curse and again, here it is. Another way to do this is on the tourney ground side quest. In the quest, you will have to lift a curse. I'm trying not to spoil too much of the information here for those who haven't seen it. So there's a cursed option to lift. Do that. So you're seeing like a lot of this can be taken care of at the tournament. But in the event that you've done the tournament, because most people just kind of like rush through and get caught up in doing the storyline. If you've already done the tournament stuff, there are alternatives, but there's only a few for each one. All right, so sounds like we need to go on and head into tournament time. Let's go knock out some tournament stuff then. So, do we have the tourney? See, I really want to do the Gwent tournament. I think that's going to be wicked cool. So we have to we have to push through the storyline a little bit more to get access to the tournament grounds. Well, not access to the tournament grounds, but access to be able to enter the tournament. Swim! Oh, how do you make the Horn of Plenty? You said to remind you. Ah, yes. The Horn of Plenty. The Horn of Plenty is probably the best food item that you get in the entire game, bar none. But it has to do with Geralt making a bad decision. The Heart of Stone expansion. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with it. But at the very end of it, the Master of Mirrors, if you know who he is, you know who he is, gives you an offer.
Run, Roach.
And that offer is, if you help him, you side with him, then he gives you a choice of rewards. The Horn of Plenty is one of those rewards. If you choose anything else, you do not get the Horn of Plenty, and you got to restart the entire DLC on a new playthrough in order to get access to it. However, if you do the good guy answer of not siding with him and actually going against him, which is far more challenging, and again, the better answer, you don't get the Horn of Plenty either.
Slower.
But the Horn of Plenty, hands down, outperforms every single food item in the game. And it's an infinite charge. So it's one of those, like, you get the Horn of Plenty, and then you never need anything else ever again for that playthrough and if you do a New Game Plus. It is a bad decision, though. It's not one Geralt would typically choose based on his character if you're playing it immersively. So, what the ideal thing here to do is you would do the Heart of Stone expansion. At the end of the Heart of Stone expansion, pick the bad answer, side with the bad guy, get the Horn of Plenty, and then when you go back through and you do a New Game Plus, you have the Horn of Plenty. And I'm going to say, like, it truly does actually make a difference. It is the hands-down superior weapon. I mean, not weapon, food item. But that is the only way to get it. There is no other way. It's one of those... It's like the Doppler mutagen. If you want it, you need to do it the correct... You need to do it on your first playthrough. It's gonna... It would go against who Geralt is as a person. But it is absolutely 100% worth it.
I pledge my love to win the tourney with your name on my lips.
Greetings to you and your family. Welcome, welcome. Tell me what you'd like.
Okay, I've never sided with... Yeah. Most people don't side with him because it's the easy decision to do, and it's the bad decision. Whereas going against him is an actual challenge, and it's the correct answer. You know, so most people don't get it because of that. But yes, 100%. First playthrough, side with him, get the Horn of Plenty, then do a New Game Plus after you've beaten everything and you've done the bad decisions you need to do to get the specific unique items. And then go back out on the New Game Plus, play it correctly as the way Geralt would play.
A round of Gwent, maybe?
So look, we got the Skellige stuff now. So these are all generic cards. That's the Shield Maiden card we picked up. We're not going to touch this deck at all because my wife is going to do a tutorial once we get all a special tutorial broadcast whenever we get all the cards for it. And yes, I am still missing cards from my blue deck. Look at this. Look at this. 1 spy, 2 spy, 3 spy, destroy card. Revive. I mean, heck. Let's do some stuff now. Let's give you a big card. Let's give you a big cat. A big cat. Yeah, a big cat. Ew. Still didn't give me Ciri. That's fine. That card is the card I need. I knew exactly where to get it. You have to play a druid part of the storyline out in Skellige. But you have to go to the frickin' dinner first, and I'm trying to get the outfit from here before we go over there. Because I want to wear the outfit they give you in this game. In the Blood and Wine DLC, because the doublet he gets is actually super fancy and nice. I really dig it. Alright, so we didn't have the cow, we don't have muster cards, we did the spies. What do we do now? Now things get fun. What do you mean? That doesn't sound ominous at all. It's because it's ominous. Let's get rid of some of these heroes. Why? Because heroes can't be affected by anything. But that also means that they don't do any cool tricks. So they're not really all that useful to me. So I would rather sacrifice those than anything else. And look at that, we got another freaking spy with Dijkstra. Oh, please tell me. Yes! Aha! There's my cow. The almighty sacred cow. Okay, so let's kill that. I kind of want to rinse and repeat it. I know it's not a good decision, but I kind of want to just because it would be funny. This is not a good decision. Don't do that, okay? Boom. I just took out 20 points. That is fantastic. So I need at least a 9 to beat them. I guess let's just drop a 10 and call it good. Woo! There's the Bovine Defense Force. God, I love that card. Everything below 8 is okay right now. It's safe. Thank you. You are too kind. Because now we can play our Blue Stripe Commandos without fear of being destroyed. Yep, you're gonna give me that card, and I'm perfectly fine with that card. Woo! Let's get Triss out there. We're matched, 5 for 5 cards. I still have Revive Power, and I'm sitting with just those catapults. That's 32 points with the catapults. Let's put this 1-8 out there and see if they're going to scorch it. They didn't scorch it, but they did screw up, because now if they throw a scorch card, they hurt themselves. So now we can clear the weather and be fine. Our 8s are all safe now. And they would have cleared the weather anyways. Look at that. Look at that. Gotta go back to work, man. Have a good night, man. All right, well, thank you for stopping in. I do appreciate it. And I hope you have a good shift. And I hope to see you in future broadcasts. But yeah, thank you for being here. Much appreciated. Bam! There's our 32 points, because it doubles the 16s apiece. And then we're going to throw Yennefer out there. And we're going to bring back the big ol' 7 card. Bam! 109 to 56. And this is, again, with a partially... It's almost complete. The deck is not complete, but it's almost. And we're still putting up big numbers like that pretty consistently, so that's kind of nice. Woo! Oh, Mr. Barber, sir, I don't think you play cards.
Need a bit of grooming.
So legitimately, before we set up anything... Oh, he does play Gwent. Before we do any of the special announcements for the...
Gwent, maybe we could play around.
Tutorial Q&A broadcast with my wife, we do have to play everybody to get all the Gwent cards from Skellige's deck, so that way you guys are able to see a proper build. So we don't have the cow. No cow? What's next? Muster cards, that's right. We get the muster cards out, and then once the muster cards are done, what's the next thing? Spies. I still got a spy in my deck that we can still pull out at some point. Trish, you're trash, so you can go play. A Berserker. I don't know how I feel about that. John Natalis. And again, if anybody has any questions at any point about what I'm doing or why I'm doing certain things, let me know. I'll be happy to explain it. Philippa. Woo! And who's this guy? This is Estard Ison. Bam! Look at all those heroes. Other than Roach, everybody on my side is a hero. That's so funny. Well, do you have an 8? You do have an 8. You have the Shield Maiden, so I don't feel bad about playing that catapult. Man, I kind of want you to run your cards down, but I know in order to do that, I gotta run my cards down. What if we pass here and see what you do? Because it would take 19 points, which you just got with that one card. And then you lose by pulling it off the field. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Okay. And here's the spies back. Which is perfect, because then we can take this and recycle Thaler and send Thaler back out. And we'll send this guy back out. Alright, so let's send here. And here. Pass and win. Give me my draw. There's my medic. Burp-a-doo. Wow. They like emptied the deck of anything revive-wise. That's shitty. They killed everything. That's kind of a dick move, actually. I didn't want you to shuffle cards. That was... that's so frustrating. I don't know why they shuffled cards. They don't got any draw power either. But it does make these medics a waste at this point. It's fine, we still win. Alright, there it is. Ah, yes! Woo! And there should be a blacksmith somewhere around here. Skellige Storm. Ooh, that's an interesting card. Skellige does have its unique weather cards. Oh yeah, we gotta go register. Can we register yet? They're like, no, you can't register yet. Are you out of your mind? Do you not know how this works? You have to go and talk to the Duchess first. If you don't talk to the Duchess first... Fine, I'll go talk to the Duchess. I just wanted to join the tournament, man. I want myself a sword. I shouldn't be in this area yet. No, so the enemy type we're about to fight here is called a Bruxa. And Bruxas are actually a true pain in the ass. They're the one enemy that, unless they altered, like they did everything else with the next gen update, Bruxas can be tough. Super tough.
Music to a smithy's ears.
Alright. So, yeah, so this is that Skellige Storm we talked about here. See, reduces the strength of all ranged and siege units, not just one row like typical weather. This affects 2 different categories. So, things to keep in mind with the Skellige deck. Which again, my wife's gonna go over that during the tutorial. We just gotta get her all the cards. I will go first. Very well. Alright, so we got the Sacred Cow. We've got the Spies. We got the Destroys. We got the Heals. We don't have the muster cards, though. Sacred Almighty Cow, you shall be our first sacrifice. Oh, you got a cow, too. You see that? They got a cow. How cool is that? Here, I'll give you a big spy. You got a big spy for me? No, you got a little spy. Oh, okay. How about this spy? And no. You're out of spies. Raj, got it. So, we've got an 8 back there, huh? Let's just see what Philippa makes. Let's wait for that row to build up a little bit more so we can take out multiple cards with our Scorch guy. Ooh! Come out of your hand. No? Came out of the deck. Okay. And then as to do that, get out of here with that. I should have waited. That would have been so great. Are they really gonna give me this easy of a win? That's surprising. Bovine Defense Force. Activated. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna come out. So who's gonna come out to play today? I think we're gonna go with this guy. Because I can bring him back again if I need to. Woo! It's cold. Somehow that affects the Bovine Defense Force. I'm just not joking. I know it affects the Bovine Defense Force. And the opponent has passed. Which means we won. I don't need to finish playing. Buy him. Done. That's it. That's all she wrote. Woo! We're getting 100 crowns.
I need a fresh set of shoes for my mount. Promptly at your service.
Last guy here at the tourney. Like, legitimately, this is how you get the Skellige deck.
No, you're busy, but
you
up
have
for
to
a round
build
of Gwent?
this. You can get certain cards by going and playing. Going to the tournament. If I remember correctly, they give you like a starter, like a very basic, shitty starter deck. But for the most part, you gotta go and build the deck by beating other people in the game. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3. We got our 3 spies. We got our cow. We got our decoy. We got our medic. We got another decoy. That's perfect. I think we're gonna drop the dragon hunters. There we go. Alright, we have no muster cards. So. Oh, and he's playing Nilfgaard? He's playing a Nilfgaard deck. give me a 4, well, I'll give you a 5. I gave you a 5, you give me a 7. Well, you're making this very hard to be as generous with you, my friend. What if I do a 4 and match you and we get 11s? Oh! We've both played cards on the other person's side. I love the spy trading that we're doing. This is so fantastic. I love spy trading. I really do. Oh, we got Roach. See that one sucked. That one was not cool. I kind of want to slight. No, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We're gonna resist. We are going to resist the temptation. All right. What's fantastic is if I were to just do this, this puts me ahead. Keeps our cards tied. And it gives me a spider revive and my cow and roach. Start out with heroes here. See what they're gonna do, because we're matched in card numbers. Okay, alright. Roatress. Yes, I play super hero heavy, in case you guys have not picked up on that fun fact about me and my play style. Did you just help them? Yes, I just helped them. But why? You don't understand, do you? No, I don't. Okay, that's cool. It's because I need Thaler. No, so what we're doing here is we did that because we got 2 cards left in our deck. You guys see that in the bottom right corner? I only got 2 cards left. So, throwing Thaler out allows me access to the rest of my deck. So now I have this one game, because we're in the second round right now. I have accessed my entire deck. And legitimately, I'm safe to play everything that I want right now, because they've got 20. They got a 20 in that second round. I don't think they can beat me, but we're gonna be safe and play the medic last, just in case. Just on the off chance. Oh, ho, ho. So, you see how they just dropped those 18s right there? This 1-7 is gonna brew in their day. I love that. And we won. That's it. Hey, Bruna. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. How's your day going? Anything new or exciting? Drop this card. Bring out Roach. Boom, at 171. Woo! All right. That was fantastic. That was beautiful. Yeah, that tournament, the tourney we got to fight, and then right in here is where we're going to be fighting that guy. And when we fight that guy, you have to remember, spare him. Do not kill that creature. Super, 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 super important. If you want the best silver sword in the game, undisputed, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, no, like there's no room for argument on it because of how blatantly obvious that sword is the best sword in the game.
Have to hurry.
Woo! You have to spare that monster after you've picked up the quest. You have to pick up the quest for the sword first and then go spare the monster. Super, super important.
Damn it. Killer must still be here. In the cellar. Gotta be.
Homeboy's coming up, bleeding everywhere.
River Muck carried the body in this cart. Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand. Footprints, small bare feet, lead deeper into the cellar, fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
All right. So we're gonna save it right here. I have to let my dog out real quick. Once I get back from letting my dog out, we're gonna go do this fight. And for those who don't know, this vineyard that we're at right now, that we're in the process of trying to wrap up the quest for, this becomes the Geralt's personal vineyard. This is his house. We just gotta clear it first. So let me go take care of my dog. She's got to go out to the bathroom, and then we'll be right back, and we'll finish wrapping this up with this monster here at this vineyard, and then we can continue on with our adventures elsewhere. So I'll be right back. Alright, thank you for sticking with me. Dog is taken care of. So now, let's go clear out this cellar. I really love this house. I do wish that...
Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
As we progress with unlocking certain aspects of this place, I will point out a few things that I think were missed opportunities. But overall, though, I am relatively pleased with this house.
Woman from the inn was wearing this coat.
Oh, so the woman from the inn is here.
Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be. Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Killed with a single blow.
Alright, so Bruxas. Bruxas are vampires, just for those who don't know and didn't catch that. These are the Bruxas. They are difficult, to say the least. So Yurden, Moondust, Vampire Oil, Black Blood. Ooh, Black Blood, yes. We may do some Black Blood. This is one of those few potions that I actually do use, because I don't... I'm not a potion player. Absolutely not a potion player. I don't know that I have Black Blood, though. I don't think I have Black Blood. Is that it right there? Ooh, I do have it. So here's the thing about the Black Blood in the Toussaint expansion. Witcher Blood injures and knocks back vampires and necrophages when they wound him. So instead of healing the vampires, this actually causes injury to them. So that is actually why I use it in Toussaint specifically. So we're going to do that one. And then we are going to go with Vampire Oil.
Black blood and moon dust.
We're going to go with
Could be lifesavers.
And we're going to save good.
Hurled against the wall with great force.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. Broke the gate. Geralt, get off the gate.
Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate.
Use the person. All right, here it is. There's the Bruxa.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
Come on, bring it, Bruxa. How you like that silver? And yeah, see, this is why I'm like, Bruxas are a pain in the ass. And it doesn't help that we're not the proper level that we should be coming in here. We're much lower. I may have to think about using other signs and not using the one that it says they're weak to. Of course, if they're gonna keep
Show me what
those
you
quick
got.
hits like that, it's not gonna matter.
Black blood. Should have knocked back a vial.
I did knock back a vial before we entered.
Damn.
All right. So it reset that, but it kept the vampire oil on the blade. Hate when games do that. They pick and choose what they're actually gonna keep. Well, that's a bunch of crap. I can't move. It blocked me in and I couldn't move. And that's it. So you guys are going to watch me die a lot right now. I really hate fighting Bruxas. I always struggle fighting Bruxas. And obviously, they didn't do anything to dumb them down. Seriously?
Show me what you got.
So, I literally... What the hell? I don't understand. It's not letting me hit it with the sword at all, or any of my signs in this go through, but it's somehow almost dead? Well, that makes no damn sense. I didn't land a successful blow at all on that monster in that fight. At all. Like, I missed every shot that I swung at it. Are you seriously not gonna do Ard, bro? Oh, okay. There is a lot of... CD Projekt Red needs to stop breaking their games. Geralt responds to his controls prior to the update, now consistently for almost like 4 days in a row now. Actually, 4 days. The last 4 days of broadcasting, Geralt has consistently not responded to his controls when fights are happening. Or he's in the water. Dang, that took forever.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
Oh man, that was a rough fight. So yeah, Bruxas are still challenging, so that's good news. I'm actually pleased that they didn't. Bruxas being as challenging as they are is an appealing aspect to me. Because they keep that challenge. You have to be very tactic heavy. But I just wish that Geralt would actually respond to the controls when you give them to him in combat or in water. And I am consistently finding that since the new next gen update, I have been having a lot of issues with Geralt responding to controls.
Stinks.
Or rather, not responding.
Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
Well, that's almost quartered. Almost. That's not actually how you properly quarter somebody. Let me rephrase. That's not quartered at all. Yeah. That body's not quartered. What the hell are you talking about, Geralt? Those injuries are not consistent with being quartered.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Are you not going to examine the chest? How many times I got to push the button, man? Come on.
Body was chopped up after death.
4 times.
Blows
4 times
struck
was
with
the
great
answer.
Force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far.
There we go, that's more accurate.
Need to know
Chopped
about the other
into
victims.
pieces. He wasn't quartered.
I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Yeah, he wasn't quartered. He was chopped into pieces. There is a big difference. A huge difference. Most definitely was not quartered. They are definitely misspeaking. Either that, or the people who wrote those lines about being quartered don't know what being quartered actually is. But trust me when I say, they are not. He's not quartered. Major difference between chopped up and quartered. Run, Geralt. I need access to the house. And there's the turning grounds.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
There he is.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But the Pomerine, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
They're kids. Should we lie to them and say yes? We're gonna lie to them and say yes.
Yeah. Virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
All right.
Lead the way.
So remember, getting access to the tournament's how we get this silver sword. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Is we're going to unlock the
Who's
silver
fighting?
sword and get our
Nilfgaardian
purple.
gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd.
Big difference.
No knight will gain any glory from this.
Yeah, there is a big difference.
Let's go.
Hey, it's this guy again. He's the one that we saved from the giant Goliath before.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Again, dude, you're wearing
It's begun.
plate.
The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this.
It's not gonna go well for you there, bud. Because now it's out of its tails.
Damn it.
Oh, there he goes. Ass over tea kettle.
We have to help him.
Jumping from any height wearing plate armor is painful. Well, Shalmar. Let's take a gander at what the hell Shalmars are. Not seeing a Shalmar. Sectoids. It's not a necrophage. I know it's not a necrophage, but we're still gonna look. Goliath. So he was only for Q. Okay. Relics. Shelmar is a relic. Summon Bomb, Relic Oil, and Ard. So Ard is gonna be our go-to. Relic. Salmonon. Let's see.
Down. Can only tell where we are when it hears us.
Alas, for lightning, the beast heaved its foul breath, let loose a roar, and knocked him to earth. And down came the Witcher in one mighty pound, till right to the beast, its brands
Damn, you're ugly.
out brief flame. And thus the Witcher's life was snuffed. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust.
Damn it.
The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds. The Witcher waited till
There we go. Got him. Alright, spare the monster. After you've picked up the Virtues quest to get the silver sword, spare this monster. Do not kill it.
The Shelmar lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
That's the second time we've had to bail this dude out, man.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
There you go. That's a smart decision right there.
Geralt, we must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Again!
Ah, the very man
You
we
don't
would entrust
understand
with
what
these
that
tasks.
word means, don't
Damien
use it.
Telatour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not
That's
expect?
the law of surprise. That is the law of surprise there that she is specifically talking about. And yeah, they do, but it's not an always thing. It's a, if you can't pay, or if they don't want pay, then they invoke the law of surprise.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace.
That's fair.
I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
That's fair. I think that's alcohol of any type. If it's got a dark reputation or a history or anything like that, people seek it out simply for the novelty of being able to say that they've had it, you know? So that's fair. That's fair and true.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city, there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me, an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body, contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
What was the
They were a
team
team.
exactly?
They were
Like, what
close
was their
friends,
odds?
tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
There it is. So they were basically like a royal spec ops team.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner.
That's half the
You,
reason.
Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
That's half of it. The other half is if they...
Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
All right. So we gotta follow her. Hold on. I can't multitask, guys. I am so sorry. So we are gonna
Your
follow
Grace
her.
seems right at home in the saddle.
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way! Sharp right! Take care! Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
Woo!
Is this part of the game?
Ran out of stamina just before we reached the top.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option. But time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
All right, let's do this.
On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
All right, real quick. There's an unmarked quest here. Let's see if we can find her.
Ow!
I don't see her, but there's a lady who is like weeping that you can run across, and she's crying because she lost her engagement ring. It's one of those little tiny like unmarked, you don't have to do it quests, but if we can find it, it's pretty cool.
the game to your liking, ladies? Yes?
Aren't we, Lord Curious Trousers?
Our mama told us not to talk
noticed all the guardsmen?
Let's see here.
It's a possibility.
Here it is. So, if we follow this water up, we should encounter her. She's probably like way up top, knowing our luck.
Excuse you.
Anyway. I wish I could find her. Did they move her? Did they remove her? I'm gonna be upset if they removed her. Anyway, so basically you follow the water. And we're going in the wrong direction. I'm just trying to see if I can grab her up first. Alright. Anyway, so you follow the water down. And eventually you're gonna find like a...
I refuse. There are insects everywhere, and I shall soil my dress.
We must win.
We must know such thing.
I imagine you feel all over the world, Sir Witcher.
It's like one of these little waterfall things here.
In olden times, folk would augur from the manner in which peacocks pecked at grain.
Don't you mean hens? The common folk used hens. Nobles augur.
Follow the water, follow the water. Because follow the water. Eventually. Go. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back and take a look. I'm gonna have to get the exact find her, because there's a water thing. If you basically
Golden
follow
fish
the
should be
water,
easy to spot once I'm under.
and while you're following the water, you end up finding her ring, and it's like at a cliff.
It was to be golden.
What the places?
Did someone just dive in the water?
Perhaps that's the
Is that not counter to the rules?
police that night.
What a scum.
Woo! Well, that's a red one. And that's a toffee one. What else we got? More candy. Better nice. Go! I do kind of want to go back there and look for her.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
Go punch him in the face.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game.
This is an outrage.
Nothing? No? You guys are gonna... Okay, that's cool. Run! Man, I really wish I could find that ring. Maybe they took that out, because I know they took... Okay, so there was a guy in Crookback Bog that you used to go do a monster quest for. He would tell you, oh, I got a contract, you go do the contract, and then when you come back, and you tell him, hey, it's done, you turn it into him. He used to go, hey, I can pay you this much right now, or if you let me hold on to it, I can pay you much more later. And you just had to remember, because it didn't put it in your quest log. You just had to remember to come back to him to get your pay. And what made it so cool and unique was the fact that he actually did pay you. he paid you a very, very generous amount too. But when I went and I did that quest since the next gen update, that part of the quest was gone. Now the dude just flat out pays you and calls it good. And it's just like, oh, okay. So I'm curious on if they didn't do that with this quest as well. And I don't mean like, oh, they changed how you get paid. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking like, did they maybe just get rid of this quest because it just was one of those so irrelevant, it didn't actually serve a purpose, it didn't contribute anything to the story, the game, nothing. I'm curious on if that's what they did, because like I said, there was a thing here where you would follow the water. There was a lady that would cry, and you follow the water, and you would find her engagement ring. As she had dropped her engagement ring, and she couldn't find it. She thought it was lost forever.
What's new, mon ami?
But I do remember it being distinctly part of this event here at the gardens. Huh. Maybe they just changed when you can access it. Because I genuinely just am not finding it, which is kind of disappointing. It really did used to be a really cool thing. Because to me, I took it, I know it wasn't, but to me as a Dragon Age fan, it was like, oh cool, that's kind of like a subtle nod. It wasn't, it was just a cool way to interpret it, so to speak, you know? Yeah, I see the unicorns there.
Of wine's enough for two, so fight it once.
Did you guess this, champion?
They say a great deal about you, Witcher, and whisper even more.
Yeah, it genuinely looks like she's just gone. They must have, like, removed that file from the game or something.
Mademoiselle, are you
Oh,
certain
nope,
you
here she
want
is.
it right
Here she is.
Yes! Here.
I found her.
It's an heirloom. It was my grandmother's.
Alright, so follow the water down. There she is. We found her.
Only I could afford that horse for myself.
And there it is. Woo! So now we got the ring. I was like, man, I know it used to be here. So, for those who don't know what I'm talking about with, like, when I say I like to think of it as a Dragon Age throwback, or a Dragon Age nod. Dragon Age Inquisition, when you go to the Winter Palace, and no, I don't know which game came out first, off the top of my head, but there's a mission for a lady who's looking for her ring right when you first show up.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. I know not how to repay you.
Woo! See? Serves absolutely no purpose. It's just one of those kind of like, cool, we returned the ring.
What other part of the state would
It was like that for the Dragon Age thing too. Only they gave you like court approval. It was during a royal court thing, you know. Very nice, very nice. I like doing those little tiny things like that in the games when they add them.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Axie, dude. Axie. Geralt, what were you thinking? Why didn't you just axie the horse, man?
Come on, stay calm. Shh, calm down. Easy now.
Bam!
Well, that's hardly fair.
Flagrant cheating is what it is.
Sirs, we must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Hands off, a man's life is at stake.
A bold-faced lie.
Let's show the scoundrel the true meaning of valor.
Bad idea.
He's a cheat.
Seriously. Come on. Why is...
You shall regret your dishonesty.
Okay, I can't lock on to...
Defend yourself, rogue.
There we go. I don't know why it was pulling up the camera and, like, the lock was bouncing between people.
He's a cheat, a cat.
Shut up and fight.
The impotence. He's a cheat, a cad.
Alright, there we go.
Vagrant, I demand satisfaction.
Fuck off. No time.
Well, I'm glad we almost died for a bunch of people that were upset that we ruined their stupid little game and that the ducal guard did not intervene and they thought it was okay to interfere with something that was under the Duchess's direct orders herself. You guys were very bright.
If you please,
Too bad we
Your
can't
Grace.
tell her.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
Okay. I begin like... I know what the answer is. I know what the answer is, but I've never... This riddle has never made sense to me. Ever. I understand it. Like, I know what the answer is, but I don't understand this crap. I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease. Then end like a mouse with its head of hard cheese. That's the part that I don't get. But anyways, the answer's greenhouse.
Let's see. Groan with ease gives us green, right? And mouse with a head of hard cheese. Greenhouse?
You're a genius. Several greenhouses.
I don't understand that.
Indeed, but only one with a door that locks, the key to which looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Yeah, that was really poor writing for a riddle. Because it actually doesn't make sense.
Wait here.
You killed him, you bastard. I liked Milton a lot. He had the peacock helmet.
What the butch?
What was that?
That's pretty agile for an old man there, Geralt. Maybe you should join the Assassin's Order. That seems like some shit you'd see in Assassin's Creed, right? The way that they did all that parkouring.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
He is a higher vampire. Woo!
I won't let you kill again.
We're gonna die.
Damn it.
Oh, barely. He almost got us. We got saved by a cutscene. Legitimately, we got saved by a cutscene.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
I do like this character. I like this character a lot. Regis?
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
I am.
All is well. All's in
He's
order.
from the books.
Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Yeah, so this guy's a higher vampire as well. But he's a good one. And he actually helped Geralt in the books. So that's where their relationship started. Is in the books. This is a very cool character. If you haven't read the books, the game kind of acts as a spoiler. The games assume you've read the books. They assume you know these people already. Because the book, you don't learn that Regis is a vampire immediately. But if you've already played this game, then when you run into Regis in the book, you're like, oh, hey, I know that guy. He's the vampire guy. But Geralt's unaware at that point. So the game does assume that you already have the history from the books. So, but yeah, this is a character from the books. He's a really cool guy, really helpful to Geralt. Always been nice, always been good, always been on the up and up. As far as Geralt's concerned, specifically Geralt.
You being here, not some fortunate coincidence, I take it.
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlef. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlef is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with
If I
that.
remember correctly, I think
He's
it was
killed one knight
alchemist?
since I got here. At least 3
Or
others
herbalist.
before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlef is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlef, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Detlef an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlef found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlef's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upsetting. Immensely.
Alright, let's find him.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère la Chaise-Longue Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
That's I really do dig Regis. I wish that you could get Regis to become one of your like, staple companions.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Okay. Look at that. Look at my health. I was saved by a cutscene. Do you see that? A freaking cutscene is the only reason we are alive right now. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. I'm pleased with that one. Like, Geralt actually responded to the controls correctly. If you notice, like, I would do the going forward and attacking, and then he would do his backward stab when the vampire would appear behind him. So, like, I was very pleased with the response times.
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade. Good hunting to you, Witcher. We're relying on your mastery of your craft.
All right. So, here's what are we gonna go do? Let's go talk about a raid. Let's go do a raid, because it is that time for me to get my grandkids ready for bed. Thank you all for being here. We're gonna check this out again in the future. Just keep an eye on those notifications. Yeah. Keep an eye on those notifications. We'll be back in the future. Thank you for being here. You guys have a wonderful new year. And stay outstanding, as always. But please stick around with me for this raid. This is a Legion member who is trying to become an affiliate. And they have the followers now. What they need is the people to actually show up and talk. They need the viewers. They need the people to actually be there. So please, please, please do me a favor. Join me on this raid. And when we go out on this... There it is. And when we go out on this raid, chat when we get into the channel, okay? It's going to help this Legion member reach their affiliate status goals. Please join the raid. And then let's get on over there and help this individual out. All right. Thank you all for being here. Let's get going.